slowly dying. She knows my heart, I so well. I ain't gonna lie, I can't keep you satisfied. I ain't gonna lie, I can't keep you satisfied. I got a secret I can't say, but my love is slowly dying. She knows my heart, I so well. I ain't gonna lie, I can't keep you satisfied. I ain't gonna lie, I can't keep you satisfied. I can't keep you satisfied. I can't keep you satisfied. Fucking Boston, it's brilliant. I can't keep you satisfied.
My name's Chris. I sing and play guitar in Mean Creek. Our band got started originally. Aurora and I started the band together. We were playing just the two of us for a while, and then we met Mikey, and he joined the band, and that's when really Mean Creek got together. Also, our bass player Eric joined at that point, but he has since left the band. But our friend Kevin is in the band now. But anyways, the band is called Mean Creek because Aurora and I went to see this movie called Mean Creek, which came out in like 2004 or something, and we loved the movie a lot. And the tone of the movie and like the themes in the movie resonated with us, and we thought it would be a cool band name. And so we called our band Mean Creek after the movie. I started playing guitar when I was 12 or 13 years old. I saw the Green Day Longview video on MTV, and it made me think that I could play music too, and that I wanted to. And that's when I started. And I started my first band when I was like 13 years old or something like that. At that age, when I discovered music, from that point on, I knew I wanted to play music for my life, for the rest of my life. we played a song called Young and Wild, and that song was inspired a lot by the song Heroin by the Velvet Underground. And when I originally brought it to practice for the first time, it sounded like almost exactly like Heroin. And so the band had to like change it around so that it wasn't a total rip-off of that song. And they made it into this thing that it is now, which I was really happy with. Sort of like rewrote it, all four of us. It still sort of sounds like that song. Our creative process starts with me or Mikey, usually, one of the two of us, bringing in like a raw version of a song, and then the band tackles it together and makes it work for us each individually, and adds their own parts and writes their own parts and things like that, and changes things around if they don't work, and makes them good. Playing live is like the best part of being in a band. It's like the most fun part. There's like, because you can be whoever you want to be and like do whatever you want to do and have the most fun. You don't have to think about anything. Those are always the funnest shows. Like when you're writing a song, it can be very stressful, or when you're in the studio, you have to get things right. It can be stressful sometimes, but playing live is like the payoff for all of that. It's like finally you get to go have fun, you know. We try to stay in touch with fans and people that care about our band, even while we're not on tour, through like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and things like that. I don't know how effective that stuff is. I think it is sometimes, but I think definitely the most effective is touring and seeing people in person. I think it's a million times more productive and effective and means more to someone than a Facebook post or a Twitter post. Those things are so fleeting, you know, they're there for a second and then they're gone. The fan interaction to me is like playing what I love and expressing what that means to me, and hopefully that is translated to the people in the audience, and that they also can pick up on that and feel a fraction of what I'm feeling when we're playing our music. You know, the excitement and the love that we have for it. Hopefully they feel some excitement and are moved by some of the lyrics or something, or like you know, just connecting with someone on that level. Pool Town was written after a long tour we did where we went around the whole U.S. and had spent like a week in San Francisco, and we came home like almost right after, and I had loved being there, and someone I cared a lot about lived there, had moved there, and I wanted to move there as well, but I couldn't because my whole life is here in Boston, my band and things like that. So it's a song about like longing to leave this city and be there, even though I can't, but I can still sing about it, so. What I do when I'm not playing in Mean Creek is I work at 2 rock clubs in Cambridge. One's called the Middle East, and the other one's called TT the Bear's Place, and I just work the door at them and pick up garbage. I see bands every night at those venues. Some are awful, and some are awesome. But it's always interesting, and I enjoy working there. It's the best jobs I've ever had, you know, other than playing music. My favorite venue to play in is Great Scott in Alston, because, I don't know, that's like where we started, sort of, and where we play regularly, and it's my favorite place in town, my favorite place to hang out. I love it there so much. I think it's got this like great vibe for like rock music specifically, but all kinds of music. It's just a great place to see bands. The Boston music scene I would describe as it's eclectic. There's like lots of different bands. There's not one sound. There's not one kind of scene or thing. There's all these little groups of bands that do certain things or different things. It's also a very small scene. It's a small town. It's a small music community. And it can be hard to break out of. It can be hard to like get out of the city and go on tour. My goals for this band is to keep creating music that I love with the people that I love, number one. And number two, of course, would be hopefully one day be able to make a living doing that somehow. You know, all of us work day jobs and night jobs just to continue doing this band. And I would be totally happy in life if I could just play music and not have to do that. I don't need to be famous or any of that stuff. I just like would love to be able to just play music and not have to have a job. Or even just to be able to tour more and still have a job when I come home. Everything we've done has been cool and interesting in different ways. Definitely some of the tours we've done have been some of the best experiences I've ever had, like touring the entire country with bands that I love, like some bands that I like grew up loving, like Buffalo Tom and Counting Crows. This band means everything to me. Like these are my best friends in the world. I grew up with them, known them for years, and it's like part of my identity and who I am. And it's weird to think of not doing it or something, like think of my life without it. A college musician, I don't know, get out of your hometown, play outside of your hometown as much as possible, go on tour, and play with people that you love and play music that you love, and don't pay attention to what's cool and what you think you should be doing. Just do what you feel is right. Our website is mean-creek.com. And you can go there to find our music, our photos or videos, and links to all of our social media, which also has all that stuff, Facebook, Twitter, and all that good stuff. YouTube, I think, is on there, something like that. So yeah, go find us.